Welcome to the 2021 DesertAthon announcement. Hardcore, but also very laid back, the DesertAthon Game of the Books edition. Hello lovely bookworms, I'm Esmay from Paradise of Pages on Instagram and also on Twitter, and welcome to a new video. Today is a very exciting one, which you could have already seen from the title and also the thumbnail. Welcome to the 2021 DesertAthon announcement. I know it is very early on. The reason for this is that I just want to get this out there. I want to share this with you guys because I've done so much planning up until this point to get here. The DesertAthon is in May. Different from last year is the fact that we are now reading for a month instead of a week, which I then extended to 2 weeks. The reason for this is that I asked you guys over on the DesertAthon Twitter whether you would want it to be 1, 2, or more, or a month, and most of you said let's do a month, so we're doing a month. That definitely meant that I had to do a lot more planning and a lot more thinking ahead. We are doing this hardcore, but also very laid back, and yeah, you would have probably already seen it in the title, but this year we are doing the DesertAthon Game of the Books edition. As the ones who regularly watch me know, I do my Game of the Books every single month. And I love doing board games so much that I thought it would be fun to bring all of you into my board game, but make a DesertAthon. So that's what we did. I actually made the board myself on Procreate. I have it right here. I will show you what it looks like on the screen. I will place the board on the screen for you in 3, 2, 1. Editing Esmay will have now put it up, and as you can see, it looks similar to my board, but a little bit different and a little bit more desert vibe. It also has a couple of different rules, and I'm here to explain them. First and foremost, every single space has its own prompt. And I've put all of those down in sort of the same document, which I will show you in a little bit before, I want to show you the board first. And I have also made a Google Drive where you can find these prompts. You can download the board so you can play along. And I have also made a document where I explain the prompts a little bit more because some of them did not really fit on there in more than a couple of words, which you'll see in a little bit. And I also will not be going through every single prompt in this video. If you want me to do that, please tell me down below, but I think they're straightforward and pretty easy to understand, so I think you will not have any issues. Also, I want this to be as chill as it can be, so there's only a couple of rules and a couple of sort of things that I want to say. So as for rule number 1, like I said, we're doing a board and we are rolling with a regular dice that has 6 sides. So every single roll that you do will get you ahead 1 to 6 spaces, and that's how you go over the board. As for the amount of books that you have to read, that's completely up to you. You can read however many you want. For those like myself, I am going to attempt to get to the 63 and read the books, the amount of books that I have to read next to my rolls. Also, when you go on the 63 itself or surpass the 63, your final prompt, so prompt number 63, will be a desert vibe book. I know that probably also for me, but I know that a lot of us will not be able to get to 63. So one of the rules, if you don't, well, just in general, one of the rules is that you have to read 1 desert vibe book to complete this readathon, because I thought it would be nice. So someone who would like to just go along, play a game, read very casually can join. They can just roll whenever they want to go. Or if you want to go full steam ahead, you can make the entire TBR, go up to 63, get all of the books already out there and know what you have to read. I do have to say that you don't have to then read the books in order, but of course if you go roll to roll, you'll have to read them in the order that you've rolled. That said, I think that is most of the rules. I will quickly pull up the first 30 prompts so that you can see what it looks like a little bit. As you can see, there's a list of just general prompts, and something to note is that not all of them are prompts. Some of them are there to help you, so there's wildcards in there so you can choose whatever you want to read. There's also spaces where you basically can go ahead a couple of spaces. There's also a couple that you have to go back a couple of spaces to make things interesting, and I believe those are all of the special features. Oh, there's one more. You can actually also land on one of the spaces that makes you roll again, so that means that you can go further than just 6. And in general, I just wanted to make this a board game experience and make this very casual. I will also put down below in the description box, of course, the DesertAthon Twitter, and where you can find the board, the rules, also the prompts and the explanation document on the prompts, so I'm explaining everything that is in the prompts and on the board. Also in the description itself, I will put the 2 main rules, so read at least 1 Desert Vibe book. Of course, read as many as you want, but at least 1 to complete the readathon, and you have to roll with a d6, so a dice with 6 sides. Those are the 2 main rules. Other than that, you can basically take this wherever you want to take this. Same goes for most of the prompts. I have left them very, very intentionally broad, so you can do whatever it is you want to do. And I just wanted this to be as nice as possible for all of you. And I am just so excited to see, one, how many of you will actually join me. I know that a couple of you have also participated last year, will definitely be here again, so thank you so much for joining me once again. I am so excited. And to everyone new to DesertAthon, welcome. I am so excited to start reading with all of you. That said, like I said, we have a Twitter, which has been there since last year, but we have a Twitter, which is just at DesertAthon. There will be reading sprints on Twitter, but I also am planning to do reading sprints throughout the month, maybe with a couple of co-hosts. I've already talked to a couple of people who are definitely interesting to join with me, so that will be great. And I think that's about it. I know this is not the most coherent announcement. That's just because of the fact that this readathon is, on the one hand, very hardcore, because I'm definitely going to go up to 63, or at least attempt, or very laid back, because you can also just do one roll, read 1 book in a month, make that a very, very big desert vibed book like The City of Brass, and also join in DesertAthon. There's no pushing anybody to read as much as possible. Of course, we can do that. We're hyping each other up to try and read as much as possible, of course, but I wanted this to be inclusive for every single reader out there, whether you read a ton of books or just a couple of books, or if you're really busy or just bored and want to read. So it's a little bit more laid back, I think. You can definitely take it hardcore, but it's a lot more laid back. That said, just as long as we're discovering and reading desert vibed books, that is definitely the goal here. I am just, like I said, I'm so excited for this year. And I'm also pretty proud of the board that I've made for this year. I hope that you will love playing along with me as well. That said, as for my TBR, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to be doing my regular Game of the Books, so with 4 rolls like I do every single month, and then with my Desert Game of the Books board. Meaning that I'm going to be picking 4 books, so that's my TBR that you're going to see at the end of April, sort of the beginning of May, and then I will of course try to read more than that, so the 4 books that I'm picking are the ones I am prioritizing, the first 4 that I'm going to be reading, and then throughout the month, as I finish the books, I will be rolling again and showing you all of that in my reading vlogs. So it's a little bit of both, because I like having a little bit of a guideline of which books I should read, and I also like rolling, just being in the moment and just reading a book. So that's what I'm going to be doing. As for what you have to do, you can do both. You can also do something similar like I'm doing, so pick a couple of rolls read those first and then roll as you go. You can also just roll as you go, make the entire TBR, it's all up to you, which is something that I really like. That said, if you are making a TBR or some kind of video on DesertAthon, please do link it for me, send me a link, send me the video, whatever you want to do, but I would love to see them. Also, if you link DesertAthon on Twitter, I will definitely be able to see them, so please do that. I'm just so stoked to see which prompts we're all gonna land on, because our readathons are all gonna look different because of the board, which is just so exciting. That said, let's hope the board is actually nice to us for once. That would be great. Also, something that you can look forward to is another video where I give you recommendations. I'm gonna try to make them different from my recommendations from last year. I will link down below the playlist for DesertAthon from last year so you can see the announcement for last year, but especially the recommendations, which is a really good video to watch if you want to get some recommendations for Desert Vibe books. Also, if you are participating or if you've watched up until this point, please leave a fiery emoji. Let's do a fiery emoji. And I want to already thank you guys so much for all of the love and the support. I cannot wait to get started. I hope that you are as excited as I am. That said, I hope I have said everything I wanted to say. If I have forgotten anything, you will see editing Esmay in a little bit, but I don't think I have. That said, thank you guys so much for watching. Please subscribe to our channel and press that little bell icon so you get post notifications every single time that we post. I am actually planning on doing another list of recommendations, and I'm thinking of doing a list of recommendations of books I have not read, because there's a couple of Desert Vibe books on my TBR, and I would like to recommend them to you, but I don't know if they're going to be 5 stars yet, so look out for that as well. Let me know if that will be something that you're interested in, otherwise I'll just leave it. That said, I hope to see you guys in the next one.